All right, welcome back to another game of AIG Basketball. My name is Brian Haferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. And in this game, we're going to play the 1982 Spurs against the 82 Nuggets. So I did quite a bit of work yesterday on creating more teams. The 1970s are done, and I'm into the 1980s. This looked like a fun matchup with two really high-scoring teams. One of the games was like 140 to 130 something. I am not going to play as many possessions as you need to. So the pace for both of these teams is 114. I'm setting their pace at 80. So, what would it be? It would be 80 per team. So 20, 40, 60, 80. So I'm setting the pace at 80. It really needs to be at 114. So the score of this game is going to be probably closer, somewhere in the 90s and the hundreds. But you could figure out the pace and you could play out the 50 whatever possessions per quarter that you need. I'm only going to play 40 possessions per quarter using our clock. So that should speed up things a little bit. I'm not going to go through the starting lineups, but I'm just going to get right into this one and play it. I don't have a super long amount of time this morning, so I'll probably just play a quarter. And I'm typically talking you through everything, but this time I'm just going to show you how I play, and you can kind of sit over my shoulder and watch. I do narrate just a little bit, but not a lot. So let's get this one started with a tip, and we'll use the yellow die for the player. So 1 to 3 is the visiting team. This tip goes to the home team, and that's going to be the Nuggets. So McKinney, and I'm not going to play with the defensive type role, so I'm just going to kind of play this without that. So everything is sort of straight up. These are the two die, obviously Denver and San Antonio, and this is the defense die. So that's a bucket for McKinney. I get to choose. Let's go with the Iceman. 7 is going to be a bucket and 1. Gervin is a 10 on his free throws, so he makes that one. It'll be Dan Issel. Issel with the make. Olberning. Olberning's going to miss, but he gets fouled, so we'll replay that. I'm so used to rolling the two dice together. So Dave Corzine. Corzine is going to miss. Denver ball. Alex English, his first chance. That's going to be a miss for him. 5 is going to be a rebound battle. That's between the ones here. It'll be Johnny Moore ripping down the rebound. 4-3 early in this one. It is Johnny Moore with the shot. 9 is a miss. 3, Alex English. Alex English with a miss. It's going to lead to a rebound battle between English and Mitchell. 4 to a 4, so a 9 and a 10. Alex English gets his own rebound. This time it'll be Kiki Vandeweghe. Vandeweghe with, if it's a 1 or a 0, I'm saying no 3-point shots. So this is going to be a 2-point basket for Kiki Vandeweghe. 6-3 early on in this one. 4 will be Olberning. 8 is a miss. 2, TR Dunn gets his first chance. And that's going to be a 5. 5 is a miss, but there's a foul before the shot. So 9 minutes left in the first quarter. 6, we get a chance to choose. Let's go with Alex English. He's a 2 to 8, so that's going to be a bucket for Alex English. 8-3 early on. 6, let's go to Mike Mitchell. He hasn't had a shot yet. Mitchell averaged 21 points a game in 1982. We got a 6. He's got a 0, so that's going to be a bucket. Nothing with the 2. as Mitchell puts it in for 2. TR done with another shot. That's going to be off the mark, but he does get fouled. So he goes to the line, misses the first, and makes the second. It will be Dave Corzine with the ball. He's not going to shoot a three-pointer. He's off the mark, but he does get fouled, so he goes to the line for 2, misses the first, and makes the second. So not great free throw shooting back in the day. Got a couple of guys that are 10s, but that's about it. Alex English, another shot at the basket. 5 is going to be good, and 1. So chance for a traditional three-point play here as he makes the free throw. Early on, it is 12-6. The Iceman gets another shot at it. He's a 2-8. It's a 9, so he misses. And back the other way come the Denver Nuggets. Bill McKinney with a shot. He's going to miss. And Mike Mitchell with an opportunity. 7 minutes left in the quarter. An 8 is going to be a miss. 6 is a chance for defensive influence. So Alex English with the steal. And that's going to lead to a fast break. So we'll say these two. And then it'll be Alex English with a turnover on the fast break. So no points there. No harm, no foul to the Spurs. Johnny Moore. Johnny Moore with a 6. But he does get fouled. So he's going to go to the line for 2. Makes 1 and makes 2. And cuts the lead to 4. It's 12-8 early in this one. Olberding. Sorry. It's Kike Vandeweghe. Kike. I have Kike Hernandez on the mind. 4, Kike Vandeweghe. That's going to be a bucket, but chance for Olberding to affect the shot. It's a 7. That's greater than his 4, so Kike with the bucket. Johnny Moore, another opportunity. 2-4. That's going to be a miss. Leads to a rebound battle between Mitchell and English. That was a 3. So an 8 to an 8, that's a tie ball. And we are going to have a jump. And that'll be to Alex English and the Denver Nuggets. Kike Vandeweghe, another opportunity, 2-7. That's an 8. He's going to miss, but he does get fouled before the shot. 5:15 left in this one. It'll be Dan Issel with the shot. Another 2-7. That's up and in for Dan Issel as he gives Denver a 16-8 lead. Johnny Moore, another shot here, a 4. That one goes in. And a 2 is nothing for the defense. So good job by Johnny Moore. This is a 1. Bill McKinney. McKinney is off the mark, leads to a rebound battle between Gervin and Dunn. 6 to an 11, so that'll be an offensive rebound to Dunn. We stay here actually. Offensive board, the ball's going to go to Dan Issel. A 4 is good, and a 5 is nothing for the defense. So 18-10 early on in this one. And we got Dave Corzine. Corzine with the bucket. San Antonio hanging in there. Bill McKinney, 2-5. That is a 5, and that's going to be a good shot for the point guard. Dave Corzine with another shot at it. He's a 5. He's going to get the shot and 1. He goes to the line. It's an 8, so he completes the three-point play. 3:20 left in this one, and it is 20-15 Denver over San Antonio. Dan Issel, another chance at it here. A 6 is going to be good, +1, as he gets hammered down low, and he makes the free throw for the three-point play. We've got the TV timeout, so we're going to take a moment to get some backups in here. Let's see. So let's just kind of put in who we have. So power forward out, point guard out. These are guys that I predetermined as my bench players. And then the great David Thompson into the game. So whole scale changes here for the Spurs, and we'll see how that affects, if that gets them into the game or takes them out of the game. Definitely some scoring is going to be missed for both teams. So, but we get those bench players in there, and we'll see how things go. I want to say a San Antonio ball. They're my team. I'm going to give it to them anyway. We don't have a lot. Let's give it to Ron Brewer. Brewer with his first shot. That's going to be a miss. 5 is a rebound battle between the big men. So an 8 to a 9, and that will be a defensive board for Dan Issel. 5 goes to Dan Issel, so he's going to get a shot here. He's a 7, that's a 9, that's a miss, and that'll be a rebound battle between the power forwards. So tie, and so they're going to jump. And on the jump ball, it goes to the offense. 2.5 minutes left in the quarter. Dan Issel with another shot. They're being smart, getting into their best player on the floor. That's going to be a possible make. Let's see. George Johnson is a 6. That's an 11, so that's going to be a made basket. Denver now with a 10-point lead. Let's get it back to Brewer. He's the best offensive weapon on the floor right now. That's going to be a miss, but he does get fouled, so he goes to the line. He misses the first, a rare miss, and almost misses the second, so you never know on those free throws, as he puts in the 1 out of 2. Cedric Hodges here, or Horges, he's going to miss. That's a rebound battle as he follows it up. So he and Griffin go at it. Paul Griffin is going to come down with the board. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the half. We got a 6. Let's give this to Mike Bratz. Why not? He's a 2 to 4. He's going to miss. We get a 6. No defensive play there, but it leads to a fast break. That's going to be Gondricic. I guess that's how you say it. Gondricic, maybe. Gondricic with a layup and a foul. So he's going to get the bucket, and he goes to the line for 1. 9 is good, and that's going to be real tough. 1 minute left. Let's get it back to Ron Brewer. Just kind of out of offensive options here for the Spurs without their big guys out. No defensive play from Thompson, but it does lead to a fast break. It'll be David Thompson who turns it over on the fast break, and that leads us to our last possession of the half. This will be Bratz. 9 is going to be a miss, and on a miss on the last shot, we just call it a miss at the buzzer. So 28-16 is our score after 1. Let me put you on hold, and I will get the starters back in the game. Alright, so the starters are back in. They're prepared to start the second quarter. We're going to have 28-16. I'm going to have to cut it off here, but you can see how quickly it plays whenever I'm not keeping track of anything except the score. So I'm not keeping points or anything like that. So just playing a game. If you were only playing with the starters, which you could do, or if you want to experiment with different lineups, it wouldn't take very long at all, because then you're not doing anything with switching players out. There is a rotation schedule inside the game guide, so if you want to get yourself into a rotation pattern, it's actually not too difficult. So starters play the first 20 possessions. You have a mix of bench players in the second possession, or the third 10 possessions, and then in the last 10 possessions you start to rotate those starters back into the game, or you can just do full scale getting starters into the game. The clock looks like this, and these are TV timeouts, so those are timeouts that you can just automatically bring players in. So once you get there, as long as the action isn't still going with the like a fast break, or there was a missed shot and the next possession, so any dead ball out of bounds, free throws, that type of thing, you can stop on these TV timeouts, and they act like a timeout where you can get players in and out of the game. Each team also should have 7 timeouts and so you can use those timeouts throughout the 7 timeouts per half. So you use those timeouts to stop the clock, stop the play, get new players into the game. Obviously on free throws, you can substitute players as well. So just following general basketball, NBA basketball rules. This obviously doesn't account for players fouling out or anything like that. This is more of a kind of a gamification fun way to play it. But if you only have an hour, then you can knock out a game because you can play it in about 15 minutes or so, once you sort of get down what all the roles mean and that type of thing. And again, this is playing one role to figure out the player, and then just one roll of the defense die, and then what happens with the shot. So not playing the defense type, which could be a double team, a zone, a man. So if you wanted to play with that, you could. So this is about the fastest way that I know how to play this game. So it'll let you know there's depth if you want depth. If you want to just kind of play quickly like this, you're going to get every shot, every play, every fast break and all that kind of stuff, but you're just not keeping track of assists and blocks and steals and rebounds and all that kind of stuff. But there is a way to do that on this in the game guide with the charts. So there's a way to assign rebounds and blocks and steals, and it reminds you what to do with the jump ball and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there because I got to get going this morning. But I finished up. If you're here and you watched the first half of the Lakers and Suns, I finished that game. It wound up, I thought maybe if I played the third quarter, the Suns would come back and it would, get to be a close enough game I could put the fourth quarter on and record it, and it just wasn't. They never got that close, and they lost by 20. So you just couldn't stop Kobe Bryant in the clutch. He just kept making shots, and there's nothing really you can do with that. Derek Fisher hit a 3, and I don't know, what can you do when you have the best player on the planet at the moment? And I even substituted Shaq in to play, so it was Shaq, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Grant Hill, and Steve Nash, and they couldn't get it going. They scored more, so they wound up with 80 or 90 points. But man, they just really were struggling. So they scored probably 50 or so in the second half, 50 or 60 in the second half, and they just couldn't make any headway with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. There were some defensive stops. Lamar Odom stopped a couple of shots, and I don't know. It was just tough. The Lakers were tough. They made it to the finals. They lost to Boston, but they made it to the finals. So that's how that game wound up. And again, I wasn't keeping score or I was only keeping score. I wasn't keeping any stats. So I will finish this one up at a later date, but gives you a chance to see this game in action. If you want to, excuse me, if you want to get this game, you can go to clarkaddisongaming.com. Go to the big green button at the top. If you're on a desktop, click on that big green button that says Shop All Games, and then on the left hand side you'll see all the different games and the categories. If you just click on free, or basketball, I guess, you'll get to where you can download AIG Basketball. When you download it, you'll get 1972, 1986, and 2008. So that 2008 season that I've been playing. I've revamped the cards just a little bit as I've gone through the process of making a lot of seasons now. I don't have them, but you can see here. So the cards are going to come 4 lines of 3, so 12 to a sheet, and you can see, this is a sheet of paper in my hand, so you can kind of see how big they are. But they will come that size, and you can cut them out. It should be an economy of paper. It's still going to be 20 pages or so for the entire NBA for some of the older seasons, but it should make it a little bit easier. So all of the new style have been applied. I need to upload those files, so if you just wait a day, you'll be able to get the new team cards. I don't have those uploaded as of yet. I was just working on producing them yesterday, so I'll have to upload those with the new game guide and the defense type and stuff like that in there. And then everything that's new will be able to be downloaded from the website. So if you go there later today or tomorrow, which today is Wednesday, if you go on Thursday, then you'll be able to download the files with the new cards. You'll tell it's the new cards because they'll be smaller, and they'll have the line all the way across here. So I don't know that the old ones had that. They had a grid on them, so that's how you'll know you have the old cards. They had grid lines on them, so I removed those. A little bit cleaner look, a little bit more modern look. So that's this and that's that. And you can also join the Facebook group, and you'll get updates to everything as we go along. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, click on subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That's a real easy way to support what I'm doing here. A better way is to just share it with people that you know and say, hey, check out this great game, or what this guy is doing over here. He's got a lot of great games at this website. Share the website and let people, part of this is just people don't know what I'm doing. So you just got to get the word out more and more to more people. And maybe there are some people who are a little dissatisfied with the older games from the 60s and 70s, and maybe they're looking for something a little bit more fresh and new. So that's the place where we're going. Those are the gamers who generally are wanting to play my games. And so yeah, spread the word. I really appreciate everybody's support, and pick up this game, and it will be a super fast way to play a play-by-play game with all of the ratings for the players, and you get fast breaks and all that kind of stuff into it. So check that out. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.